Two products, two results. Which one will win? What's up everybody, Nick from Hawk Pro Detailing, Heber City, Utah. And today I'm going to compare two products. The new Hybrid Solutions Ceramic Acrylic Black Wax.
It's black.
And the last coat. Now the last coat I've done videos on before. I think the version 2 is actually a phenomenal product. I keep using it and I keep being impressed. I used it on some black rims the other day, and you know how black rims, you clean them and then they kind of dry and they look kind of spotty and faded again? I sprayed this, I doused it on the rim, wiped it down, it looked amazing. Anyway, little known secret in the detailing world is you can use these products on interiors. Sometimes when I don't feel like putting a greasy leather protection over a freshly cleaned car, plastics, leather, dashboards, I'll spray the last coat on there. I'll spray Meguiar's synthetic spray wax. And I've been playing around with Hybrid Solutions ceramic wax. So I want to do a side-by-side comparison of these two. Off-label usage, off-label battle. Two really cool hot products. Which one wins?
Real quick, I'm intrigued by Turtle Wax Hybrid Solutions' new ceramic acrylic black wax. They say it increases depth of color, gloss, and protection for black finishes. Now, to me that sounds like a marketing gimmick, but it's black pigmented polish in carnauba wax, and check this out. You ready for this? It sprays on black. And it smells amazing. So the question is, can this work on interiors? I looked on the back and it says, can be used on wheels, exterior trim, and plastics. The only thing it says is, don't use on convertible tops, which to me means, for sure it can be used on interiors. And then there's the last coat. Will leave any surface coated, protected, and silky smooth instantly. Guaranteed. This stuff, like I said, it feels like a consumer product. It probably seems gimmicky to a lot of folks. I have been loving it so far, and I know they say you can use it on interiors. So let's go for it. Let's see how versatile this can be.
Alright folks, this is too much fun for a detailer. We're gonna do side-by-sides. Some leather here. I think this is leather anyway, probably vinyl coated leather, whatever. On your door. Then you've got the plastic on the door. Then I've got the plastic kick plate here, some leather on the seat here, and then the dashboard here. So, gotta make sure I do this right. On the left side will be ceramic acrylic wax. And on the right side of every test, the last coat. Turtle wax left, last coat right. Let's do it. Okay, every surface has been cleaned with some all-purpose cleaner. We're gonna start with turtle wax on the left-hand side. That nice black color has a friggin' amazing smell. Now, it goes on with a nice sheen. But we are gonna wanna let that dry a little bit. And what I found just in a little bit of testing before I did this video is it does dry to a nice matte finish. So we'll leave that there for now, and we're gonna try the last coat. Here we go with the last coat. The last coat has some really nice smelling products. The actual last coat isn't overly smelly. In fact, it doesn't really have an odor, but their detail spray does. Let that dry, and now it's on to the leather. A few more fresh sprays of turtle wax. Just rub that on there like that. On the right-hand side, the last coat.
Okay guys, I want to start having a little more fun with this. This is my turtle wax towel, but instead of spraying it right on the towel, I'm just going to give it a nice liberal spray here, and I just got over the edge there, so don't freak out. But sometimes spraying directly on can give a product a little more oomph. And I don't think, despite how black it is, that it's going to have any issues with carpet. It's a black product, but I've tried it on windows, and it seems to work just fine. Okay? I'm gonna work this in. It looks pretty black when wet. It's got a nice black there on the towel. I think for marketing reasons, like, the average consumer is gonna be like, whoa, that's a black product and it's meant for black paint. That's so cool. Maybe they're not wrong. I'm sure the turtle wax chemists are awesome and know a lot more than I do, and I'm just a YouTuber in his garage playing with detailing chemicals. And it's actually really fun. Okay, so don't mind the fact that I had a little bit of overspray there. Now let's do last coat on the right. Whoa, you're overusing product, Nick. I know. It's fun. Okay. Yeah, that seems to just flash really quick. The turtle wax has an awesome smell to it. Remember, turtle wax left, last coat right. And finally, some fresh towels just so you guys don't think I'm messing anything up. Turtle wax on the left, last coat right. And again, I'm going to have a little fun with this. I'm going to spray liberally. I did try this on my display screen earlier, and it was no problem. Alright, give that a little dwell time. You can kind of see, look at that. Look how black that is. Fresh towel. Okay, we'll do this. And again, this is a wax product, right? With polymers, it's supposed to water bead on your paint. With that said, you know, anything like a wax or a coating tends to give your plastics, your leather, your vinyl some kind of protection. And that's the idea here, right? Maybe you don't want to have that greasy look, but you want to tell your customer, hey, I left your surface protected, and maybe it has a little bit of a gloss or a pop, a little bit of a smoothness to it. Let's see, a little overspray on the window there. Did leave a little bit of a streak. I'm sure I can capture that a little bit later, but that is kind of interesting, a little black streak on the window. I can get that off. Alright. Gotta stop it with the overspray, Nick. Come on now. Alright, last coat on the right hand side. We'll get it all the way over here so you can judge it. See how it's kind of a different consistency? It is a true ceramic, but I've noticed that it tends to flash pretty well because of how user-friendly it is. But comparing this to paint is probably not accurate. Alright, let me wipe this in. Really nice on plastics. I think that'll be some nice protection. Okay, I'm going to give all this stuff a chance to dry. We're going to try one more test, just for fun. And then we'll come back and we'll do the final tape reveal. Now, just for fun, I've cleaned this Subaru rubber floor mat with APC. What I'm kind of curious about here is whether either of these leave a pop and whether either of these are slippery. This may not lead to anything, because if these end up being slippery, I'm not a huge fan of them. But if it's kind of a matte finish and it's not super slippery, who knows? Plus, it's just one more test. White rag for my turtle wax. Okay, and my green rag for the last coat. That turtle wax has an incredibly pleasant smell. You can tell they're going after consumers. Oh, I know it's all artificial man-made stuff that's bad to smell, but I'd rather it smelled good than not at all. Or, I'd rather it smelled good than bad. How about that? Alright, we're gonna let these two dry. We'll come back to those. Starting with the kick plate here, bringing out the lights. Let's give it the old testaroonie. Turtle wax. Got a nice smooth feel. Last coat feels a little grippier. Oh, that's obvious. Last coat's a little more muted. This was the original color. And the turtle wax gives it a nice deep shine. A little slick. But I don't know if you can tell, that looks a lot darker to me. Okay everybody, turtle wax left. Last coat right on some leather. There's the original color. That's turtle wax. That's the last coat. It looks obvious on camera to me. Let's get a little closer. Where I really notice it is right along this line here. Don't get me wrong, the last coat leaves a nice matte finish, but without being greasy, the turtle wax gives it a really nice dark sheen, and it smells incredible. Remember, there was a little bit of overspray here, so let's look at the bigger picture. Again, turtle wax left, last coat right. There's an obvious difference to me. The last coat, it feels nice. I mean, I know it sounds weird. It feels protected. This is the original. You can see the tape line. This has more of a synthetic feel, like there's something on there. Yeah, this feels slicker. I'm not telling myself a story. But look at the appearance. It's not greasy. It's not oily. And yet, it is a distinctly different look. So if you're going for that matte protection, you might want the last coat. If you really are looking for that dark, rich, and yet not shiny look, wow, this is an awesome look with turtle wax. And this is that plastic below. When I took the tape off, there was a little bit of moisture here. I don't know what that's from. I don't really want to cross-contaminate, but I think you get the idea. Even on these plastics, if I give it a shine, this is probably the best example. This has a nice smooth slick feel, but this just looks amazing. It's like you painted it a darker black without getting any of that grease on there. But here we go. Turtle wax, last coat. I've tried last coat on vehicle paint, and I know that it's a ceramic and it works well. This is probably the best example of, this is actually darker than the tape line. I didn't see this darkness on every other surface. You can see the tape line. This is what it looked like originally after all-purpose cleaner. This definitely has an improvement. Slightly slicker, but maybe I'm telling myself a story. And actually this isn't slick. It's just kind of got a nice matte finish. I love how dark this is. I think most customers feel like dark means new, although you're going to have some discerning customers who are really going to say, hey, can you give me that matte finish? Now what I will say, this is grippier, this is slicker. Grippier, slicker. Interesting. Very subtle. I doubt any customer would notice. Where they might notice is on something that their feet would be on. And that's why I want to go finally to the floor mat. And for a final examination, turtle wax. Last coat. Quite grippy. Quite grippy. Actually, you know what? Both of these I feel like don't really show much of a difference on this floor mat, and both don't really seem slippery at all. For whatever that's worth, I would try these on your own, but the concern with anything that darkens floor mats is slip, and I don't really feel, if anything, last coat is a little bit grippier. I can't tell a difference. I don't see a lot of slipperiness on here, nor do I see much of a difference. Either avoid floor mats or try them at your own, experimentation level. But this, to me, is kind of a wash. Alright, you guys, I love the last coat. I've done a bunch of videos about them. I think it's a true ceramic. I think the last coat is great on paint, especially for your everyday person. I'm loving it more and more as a pro. But for interiors, the black that this brings, the idea that this is going to give you some protection, it's not oily or greasy, but it is black. And a bottle of this is cheaper than the last coat. I'm going to link up to this in the description below. I'll link the last coat as well. I've got a discount code for them. But this tells you, I'm not biased. I want the best performance. And ceramic acrylic black wax, just sent to me by Turtle Wax. This stuff is the real deal. You guys, if you want me to do more comparisons, let me know. Please let me know what products you want me to compare. Let me know in the comments below, what is your interior dressing of choice? Do you ever play around with waxes, sealants, or coatings on interiors? It's kind of fun. I can't wait to keep trying this. Let me know what you think.